That was a big win. We've been saying we needed another quad one win. We got it. Thought our energy out of the gate was really good. The crowd, I mean, I want to thank the crowd. That was the best crowd I've heard since I've been here. Kind of hit a fever pitch there when Herb stepped to the free throw line after they intentionally fouled him, knowing he didn't have his strong hand, able to shoot, steps up with his weak hand, goes 2 for 2. Like that was unreal. The crowd noise when that happened. I think that was a recognition of the fact that he, such a warrior, stepped up with one hand, got 17 rebounds, and goes 2 for 2 with his offhand at the line. So, a lot of big plays from a lot of our guys. Galen Smith had some huge old boards. Reese hit that big three. Shackelford keeps putting in points as a freshman. He's really got no fear of the game. So Kyra came alive for us in the second half, and really our defense has been pretty good all game. When Kyra had to come out there at the end when he picked up his fourth, kind of fell apart a little bit, let him back in. Maybe I should just left him in. I kept debating whether to call a timeout to get him back in. I knew the media was coming on the next one, and maybe I should, some of you second guess. Shoot, we won it, so it doesn't look like a bad decision now, but it could have been bad there at the end if I hadn't gotten him back in a little sooner. So, but shoot, big win for us. Got to use this to kind of get us some momentum rolling here in the last third of the conference play.
Thanks, Coach. We'll take questions for Herbert and Jaden first. Starting at the back left here, Michael.
Yeah, Herbert, going up to that to the line for the free throws, was there any debate to try to shoot it right, left-handed, and what was that moment like for you in terms of adrenaline and
I mean, I knew I was gonna shoot it right-handed when I got injured. The first time I could come back and be in the gym, I started working on my right hand free throws. Like I used to, play around doing it like a while back, but I mean it came in handy when I got injured, and I just kept working and believed in myself.
Alex, front right.
For Herb, how much have you last week petitioned the coaching staff to see the floor and get as many minutes as possible?
Say it again.
How much have you been petitioning the coaching staff to get as much time on the court as possible the last couple of days?
I mean, I've been trying to get out there as much as I could. I had been sitting for a minute and had been itching to get out there and play with my teammates. And today, if my wrist felt better than it did the Auburn game, and they let me play as many minutes as I could.
Both players, real quick, just knowing how much you need this win, how much was it just a will or an effort out there to get this done?
We knew coming into this game it was going to be a tough one, a gritty game, but we came out with the right mentality, right effort. We were down 8 at the half on the rebounding, so we just took a stand to probably win a rebound in the second half, and we cut it down to 2, so it was big for us to come to this game and play hard.
Back right, Cecil.
Also for Shaq, with about a minute and a half left, they've cut it to 1, and you come down and hit a three-pointer, that's pretty important shot. What's your mindset in that situation, because you didn't show any hesitation?
Right. Once again, it's just knowing that my coach trusts me, knowing that my teammates trust me to take open shots. We're in the gym every day working on shots, big shots like that. So when it comes to that point, I'm confident in any one of us to take that shot. So it happened to fall in my hands, and I was confident enough to put it in.
Let's go to the right side here with Drew.
First, this is for Herb. I know you love the game of basketball. Have you ever heard of Bo Kimball and Hank Gathers? Because Bo kind of shot left-handed free throws as a tribute to Hank when he passed away. And how long have you worked on that as far as to make them? And then also for Shaq, how big was it in your mind for Alex Reese to make that big three? Because he's been kind of struggling.
I had been working on them, just messing around earlier in the year, and then when I got injured, the day I got back, I had been putting in as many hours as I could with my right-handed free throws.
Throughout the game, Reese has been struggling or whatever the past few games, but throughout the game and through the timeouts, he was telling us that he was going to hit one, and kept pounding the stone, and eventually it came in a big clutch time, and it was really big for us.
We've got 3 questions left in the queue for the players. Start with James up front.
All right, for Herb, 17 rebounds with just one hand. Can you speak about the effort that it took to go out there and do that? And do you think you could have gotten even more if you had both hands available?
I mean, I just go out every night with the mindset to help my team in any way possible, knowing that I was going to be kind of shorthanded on the offensive end. I just knew I had to impact the game another way, and I just, anytime they shot the ball, I crashed, or I had to match up with Emmett Williams, which is a great rebounder, and I had to box him out and keeping him off the glass. It opened myself up for a lot of rebounds.
And we got Chris right here in the front, and we'll close out with Michael.
Two things real quick. Herb, can you describe how sore your wrist gets even at this point?
It doesn't get too sore now. I've been putting in a lot of time in the training room with Clark. So, I mean, especially during the course of the game, it doesn't get too sore unless it's just like a direct hit to my wrist.
For both players, was this a must-win?
Most definitely. Came off a tough loss at Auburn. Feel like my guys fought hard. We knew coming to this game we had to come in and get this win, that quad one win for our record to, get us up in the net or whatever. So we came in and we had to get this win.
Oh yeah, we knew coming into the game that we had to get it, and it was our last home game, quad one home game, and so we just had to make a statement, go out and play hard.
Last question for the players. Back left again, Michael.
Herb, one more. You had a stretch there where you got maybe 3 or 4 straight defensive rebounds on that end. Can you get into a zone getting rebounds, or are you just kind of possessed in there to make sure they couldn't get the second chance points they got down at LSU?
Yeah, we talked about that coming into the game, limiting the second chance points because they had a lot of them when we went to their place. And, just coming into the game, I had the mentality that they wouldn't get too many if they did get any. So, yeah, I kind of locked in and not give up the second chance points.
All right, you guys are good. Thank you very much. Okay, we'll take questions for the coach at this time. Let's start with Cecil on the back right.
Coach, you've had some frustrating situations on the road, the Florida game, the Auburn game. It gets down under 2 minutes, and they've cut it to 1 point. What did it mean to sort of see your guys make the plays that they had to make in that last
Oh, it's huge.
minute 40?
We have to learn how to win close games. I mean, that's part of, and you got to be able to do them against a good team. I mean, beating Georgia in overtime was good. We needed to win a close game, but that's a lot different than beating LSU. I mean, Georgia's, I think they're second worst team in our league right now, if I recall correctly. So winning it against a team that was number 1 in the league is a lot different than winning it against a team at the bottom of the league. So I thought it was huge. I didn't like the fact that we let them cut it to 1 when they did. That kind of coincided with Kyra coming out of the game, which, I still don't remember his third foul. I'm going to have to go back and watch that on video. He didn't realize he had 3. I didn't realize he had 3, and that's on me. That's on the staff. They got to let us know. Apparently they were trying to let me know when he picked up his 4th right after it, but, he's got to be in the game. I mean, we tried to get him a few breaks tonight. He ended up with 36 minutes, but probably 3 of those 4 minutes he was out was when they made that huge run to cut it to 1. So we probably needed him to play 39 minutes tonight. If he played 39, my guess is they never cut it to 1. So it was big for us to be able to win it, though. Doing that, we got to take care of the ball a little bit better. We only ended up with 9 turnovers, which is a lot better than we had been, but we did have some turnovers that are late that we really couldn't afford.
Back middle, Gary.
Coach, in the first half, and I could be wrong, but it appeared to me that the tempo was a little slower than normal. You were getting deeper into the shot clock. Coming off the back-to-back overtime games, was that by design, or am I just misreading it?
I didn't think our guys were aggressive enough out of the gate, and LSU's got length. They were switching some stuff, keeping us out of the lane, but we had to get the ball in the paint, get a few more driving kicks. No, I was a little frustrated with how late it was getting the clock for no real reason. I mean, they're not a bad defensive team by any stretch, but I didn't think that they were that great that we should be having to go under 10 seconds on the shot clock as often as we did in the first half.
Coach, you always preach blue collar, and that's your identity. Have you ever had a player with a blue collar performance more than Herb Jones today?
No. I think he ended up with 35 points. That's ridiculous. And he did it with one hand. I'm getting chills now. I was getting chills when the crowd went nuts when he went 2 for 2 at the free throw line. I mean, I think our fans know what a warrior that kid is. And they wanted to reward him with the rousing ovation they gave him when he went 2 for 2. They know all he cares about is winning. And he I mean, for a guy to just continue to come in and out, every time we get a whistle going to the offensive end, he's coming out. And every time we get a whistle going to the defensive end, he's going back in. He was cool with just playing defense the whole game. He don't really care. He just wants to win. I think our people recognize that. He's a winner. It's great to have him back. Even if he's only got one arm, he's great to have him back.
Hey, there was a point, I think, about 8 minutes into the first half where you called timeout, some frustrations with, I think it was a 7-2 or 5-2 foul differential. Spoke to the refs. It seemed to flip the script a little bit. What did you say to kind of get things to maybe go your way, and how big was that transition there?
I don't remember, to be honest with you. I don't think I called the timeout till late in the half, so it must have just been a media timeout you're referring to. I'm usually griping about matching calls one way or the other, so I'm guessing I felt like they called one against us that they didn't call against them. I don't remember, to be honest with you, but that was when I was trying to talk. Yeah, I do remember. I wanted to, talk to, I think it was Landis had called a rebounding foul on JD early in the game, and then I felt like Shaq had the ball in his hands and got his arm hit off and ended up not getting the ball. Thought it was an identical. I mean, you never have 100% identical, but thought it was close enough that you got to match the calls. And I went to try to talk to him, but Doug Shows didn't let me talk to him, so I never got to talk to him. I just told Doug what I wanted to tell him. Probably never got portrayed to him, though.
We got time for 3 more questions, and then we'll get to everybody. We'll start in the back left here with Michael.
Last time they out-rebounded you guys 49-31. How do you think that dynamic changed, and what was different about the way you guys
That was
rebounded?
bad early, for sure. And we were down big on the glass out of the gate. I think we were +7 in the second half. I think we were down 9 at the half, if I remember right. 38-29 rings a bell, something like that, or 28-19. And then, so we were +7 in the second half. To only lose it by 2 after being down 9 at the half was huge. Having Herb in there for close to 29 minutes, grabbing 17 rebounds. I thought the other guy that maybe a little under the radar had a great game was Galen Smith. If you look at what he did in 16, close to 17 minutes, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds. Those offensive rebounds he got late in the game, Reese hit the 3 off it. That was a huge shot. I think that went from 2 to 5, if I remember right. I think it was 82-80, and he got an offensive rebound and got it around to Reese. He hit the 3 to go to 85-80. That's a game-winning play, and Galen made a few of those late. So I was really happy for Galen. He's been working. I mean, we've had a lot of guys basically like, we got to draw a line in the sand here. Like, are we going to keep losing close games, or are we going to get in and do what it takes to win them? G's been in working with Coach Hodgson a lot on his free throws. I was fired up. He went 6 for 6 to start the game out at the free throw line. That was big for him. He ended up missing that one late, but 6 for 7 is great for Galen. So really happy with the rebounding overall. Just bad start to it, but I thought our guys pulled it together there as the game went along.
Coach, I think you kind of hinted at this strongly earlier. Were those 35 points good enough for Herb to get today's hard hat?
He won it, yeah.
Thank you.
He definitely won it today. Took a few charges, too, if I remember correctly.
Two-part question, Coach. First, talk about the game Kyra Lewis had. His decision-making seemed to be really good. He was able to make the 3. And then also with Herbert Jones, it's not just the rebounding, but talk about his basketball IQ and his passing. I thought he did a really nice job playing a floor game today with one hand.
Yeah, you see he's mainly passing with his right hand. And, we got it to him a few times. They collapsed inside. We've been working with him kind of on right-hand finishing, spinning it whichever way to, he missed a couple early, but he got the one. We're just going to keep working with him. Hopefully at some point this year he's able to use his left hand a little bit more. But until then, he's too valuable for us. We're going to, we may have to just start leaving him out there on offense because you can't afford for him not to be on defense if you don't get a whistle. They missed I was trying to call timeout there late to get him back in on D. They missed the one. I got the next one to get him back. I mean, we need him in there on every single defensive possession, closing the game out. But we're going to keep working with the right hand as much as we can. Now with Kyra's deal, I think he's 17 assists and 2 turnovers in the last 2 games now. It's a pretty good floor general. We need him on the floor. He played 45 minutes last game. If he hadn't got the foul trouble, he probably would have been about 39 this game. And we need him out there. I thought he really came alive in the second half. I kind of went up and asked him if his legs were tired. I didn't think he was aggressive enough out of the gate in the first half, but he got real aggressive like we needed him to in the second half. Ends up with 27 points, 4 or 6 at the 3-point line. He's another one. Like, he's a better shooter than what he's been showing, but he's been in the gym a lot working. These guys want to be good. We've got a lot of guys on this team that really want to be great. They're in the gym studying film. Herb's in there working on his right hand. Kyra's in there working a lot. Shaq's in the gym a lot. Forbes been in. Javian Davis, Galen. I mean, there's a lot of guys been in the gym a lot. So Reese, I was happy to see Reese come out and knock down a couple. I was getting my workout in Thursday after practice, after everybody had left, and I came back in about an hour after practice was done. He was back in shooting on the shooting machine about an hour after practice Thursday. So I think guys want to win. Like, we just need to make some shots, take care of the ball, get some rebounds, get some stops. We can get this thing. We can get on a run here. All right, thanks.